Yeah, that was fast. G Bush in the building, man. Yeah. We got to get to some things. Browns win. They get the dub today. What is the score? We got a score for somebody. 22-13. Cleveland Browns get a win. We always know that the Cleveland Browns get a win. It's always good when you can get a win. But 22-13, there you go. 22-13. We appreciate you. All right, but you know what y'all came in here for. You know why y'all pulled up. You knew what type of time we was on, and we got to get to it. We doing double duty over here. You say, dang, the barbershop ain't over? Nah, we still be cooking. But we got to get to some things. Dillon Gabriel, we saw what it was today. And it's now time to put some things to bed. It's time to put some things to bed, to sleep. It's time for the accountability piece. And the only person to do it, and the best way I know how, is your boy G Bush. Let's get to it right here in the barbershop. Welcome on into the barbershop, boys and girls. Cleveland Browns win 22-13, but you didn't come here to hear that. You came to hear what the assessment was on one Dillon Gabriel. Now, let me start off by saying, I thought Dillon Gabriel, as I sip my Mountain Dew, started off and did some nice things as I smile. I've told you all along that Dillon Gabriel, he has a stronger arm than you would let on. And, when he has some time, energy, and accuracy, and some time to throw the ball, he could be accurate. We saw Dillon Gabriel on a couple of third down plays to make some nice throws. I put it on Twitter. I threw it out there. I said, man, Dillon Gabriel, that's a nice third down conversion. He threw one over the middle on a deep end route. He threw a nice couple out routes to Jamari Thrash, couple of catches, found tight ends open over the middle. However, the thing that always comes back to strike and hurt Dillon Gabriel is this. He has some nice throws, but you see the best of times and you also see the worst of times. And he throws a pick six. And I heard people on Twitter saying, you'll hear it, well, the tight end got rerouted. He got bumped off his route. The spacing was bad. And that's why it looked like he threw that ball and the spacing was incorrect and he picked it off and went to the house. Problem with this is, boys and girls, is that you shouldn't have thrown it. That's the problem when we talk about with football. I've always told you guys, it's not just about IQ. And this is why there's a lot of people that are going to have to answer to this. There needs to be some answers. Because I told you when you guys do this type of stuff, it's going to come back to bite you in the butt. It's going to come back and cost you because people are going to ask you questions. This is the reason I had to start going to practice. I had to just start pulling up at practice. Because guess what? I had to start leaving, going to practice. Because I watched Dillon Gabriel play and a lot. And I had people trying to tell me and rewrite history about what Dillon Gabriel was and was not. I appreciate that. Get the water. I had people telling me that Dillon Gabriel somehow was 2 to 3 inches taller. He now had become a Intel Pentium processor 4. Dual core liquid nitrogen cooling fans. You had told me his processing speed was second to none. When it comes to being a supercomputer, he was only second to Skynet in the Terminator series. He is now capable of sending Terminators backwards and forward through time, waging a war with the Shadeur Sanders fans. all jokes aside, this is what I saw, and this is what I've been saying. So what I've been reporting. He has some good throws. When you get to the goal line, it's very telling that they didn't let him throw the football on the goal line. It's telling. He has trouble when the pocket collapses on him. He has trouble when he needs to find throwing lanes. And the reason I pull these up is because we're going to get to him. Let me pull this down. Let me pull it down so we can see. I want y'all to see. You see it right there. Look at the chaos around him. See how difficult it is to find a throwing lane there? There was a few times on a screen pass, he overshot a screen pass. That's because he's trying to find a window. When you're a quarterback, you're letting the rush invade you. When you're letting the rush come in to draw him in to throw the ball and set up your screenplay. It's very difficult to do when you're trying to find a passing lane. And I just want to repeat, this is no knock against Dillon Gabriel. I like him as a person. I think that he showed that some people say he's not an NFL quarterback. I think in the right system and in the right place, and if you put him in the shotgun, and if you need him to come in and throw the football a little bit, he could be serviceable. But as a starting NFL quarterback, no. You saw the limitations today. You saw how difficult it is to move around and throw the football. You saw that. Here's another angle. We got to put we saw some of the East-West stuff, and you have to run that. I mean, I had no problem with that. He made some throws that weren't check downs. He made some third down throws. But when you're talking about the situation with with throwing a pick six, this is, if you haven't watched the Cleveland Browns, and I'm going to break this down for you specifically. If you have not watched the Cleveland Browns, these are a lot of what your games look like. Let me break this down so I don't seem like I'm just being callous or I'm not glazing over nothing. I really want you to understand this on this deep breakdown. The problem with the Cleveland Browns is this. They're going, and they don't have the type of talent on the outside as other teams do. So when the Cleveland Browns move the ball up and down the field, they have to score touchdowns. They can't really even count on special teams. You saw another special teams error where a botch snap with an extra point, right? So even the touchdown that they moved and got up, and they were up 6-0. You turn around and you give that away when you're moving the football down the field. You've been making some throws, and you throw a needless turnover. You throw a needless interception. But he's been throwing picks during camp. You throw the interception there, you compound that with a pick six. So now, even after you've been dominating the entire game, even after you dominated time of possession, you're dominating the yardage, you're dominating the field position game, you turn the ball over in your own territory, and they run a pick six back. Now think about it. Instead of you being able to go down and be up 13 or 14-0, you now are losing, and you've had the ball the whole game. You've been dominating. Your defense was playing lights out. Now that's a gut punch, because guess what we have to then do? We have to come back. We got to come back. And you come back. And you're like, oh, let's make some throws. Okay, we bounce back. We moving the ball up down the field. You don't get the handoff to the running back. You short arm it. You don't put it in there. Pause. Turnover. You just were moving the ball up and down the field again. Turnover. You can't have it. Mind you, you've had the ball the whole time. The defense is getting sacks. McGuire is playing well. JTS is moving around. Defensive line, linebackers are covering. You're playing well. The Cleveland Browns in that first quarter, for all the people who have not been a Browns fan, is a microcosm of what the Browns do every year. They play well. You look back at the game and say, how did we lose? What happened? Like, we were dominating. I turned around and looked at this thing at halftime. I'm like, how are we down at half? But when you're the Cleveland Browns, you can't afford to have those type of mistakes. And it's why Kevin Stefanski be going crazy about it. He goes absolutely crazy when it happens because the Cleveland Browns know they don't have weapons. There's no Devontae Smiths. There's no Saquon Barkley's and Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. The Eagles got all them people on ice, chilling on ice. You dealing with Cedric Tillman. So when you need to teach something, we need to score. We need to take care of the football. We need to play good defense. And when that doesn't happen, you expect that you're going to lose because you can play good all game. And they got ball players like that. They're going to play good and they're going to score. They're the world champs for a reason. They're going to score. They're going to make plays too. But you can't have it. Can't have it. But here's the thing we can't have. We'll talk about this in a second. Let me throw this up here. Here it is. Per Adam Schefter. Gabriel's preseason debut, 13 of 18, 143. Now, if that last column would have said touchdowns, I'd have said we got a competition. Turnovers, 2 of them. 7 points given up. That's in the first half. Bro, that's in the first half. He didn't come out and play the second half. But that's in the first half. He made some nice throws in there. But overall, here's what we're going to get to. In general, it's what I expected, is what I was seeing, right? But let me get rid of this. Let me get this off my board. Because I'm gonna give y'all opportunity to speak and talk. I've been talking way too much. We're gonna get to it. Let me put my thing up there. It's time to admit it. I'm not willing to do no more cap. The cap is done. It's straight cap at this point. Dillon Gabriel was not better than Shadeur Sanders in college. Dillon Gabriel was not better than Shadeur Sanders in minicamp when the rookies was there. He was not better at minicamp or training camp when the veterans was there. He did not perform better than him during the game he was in. And it's time out for people with the cap. You could be a beat reporter. Shout out to you. You cover all the beats you want to. You can report, do whatever you want to. I'm disregarding any moves moving from here on out. I disregard that. And you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about just going on. I stand on football. I would, and I don't even like going to that one. I don't even like going to that card. But it's painfully obvious and evident at this point. And it's no knock against Dillon Gabriel. You see no vitriol in my voice. You see no extraness in my posture. I take no delight in saying this. But I also don't take delight in listening to the cap. The cap is done. See, you actually made people go this route. And this is the reason why guys like me is sitting here telling you that's why the games count. That's why the games count, because you guys think you can diminish and make games not count when you want them to and put everything in the world on them when you do. I'm sorry. You have no more options. The options are done. Come Monday, listen, come Monday, it's time to move them up in the depth chart. I'm tired of playing the reindeer games too. It's time. It's time. Shadeur Sanders is the backup quarterback. I refuse to hear anything less. He's a backup quarterback at this point. He's 2 on the depth chart because he's outplayed him at every stretch. When we talk about earning it, when we talk about earning it, these guys haven't earned nothing. Kenny Pickett ain't earned nothing. He ain't even played in a preseason game yet. But I got people around here trying to tell me that somehow he did. No, bro, listen, it's time out for that, man. Like in life, it's too many people running around that. See, this is why you get off in a tangent, G. Bush. You was gonna let these dudes ride off, and you was gonna take your afternoon walk. You done got all riled up again. Here's the problem. Cats is walking around here with this grievance ball. Ain't no grievance. It's about what's on the field. And I always had a problem when I kept telling people, no, don't tell them nothing. Now, when I said Shadeur Sanders had to go out there and play with no ones and no nobody and whoever it was, and it's against the ones and he wouldn't get no throws or nothing, I said what I stood on business. And I said, nope, Shadeur better go out there and cook. His father, you know what his father said on the internet? No, he's going to go out there and ball. You know what Shadeur did? He came in with a boombox, a wrist, and said, let's cook. It wasn't no filibustering. It wasn't nobody was hemming and hawing. We said, give me the opportunity. Everybody said he balled out. There was a couple of y'all that tried to downplay it. He tried to, but it didn't work very well. Now, Shadeur was out. Dillon Gabriel, here's your opportunity. You had your opportunity. It's on paper. 3 touchdown drives to Shadeur, 2 touchdown passes, no turnovers. Pick 6, turnover, 1 touchdown drive, and a field goal drive. It don't equal up. It don't equal up. Plus, I told you whoever you was going to go out there with counts. Jawan Jones is a starting left tackle. He was playing today. Cedric Tillman is his number 2 receiver. He was playing today. I saw some names out there. You know what I'm saying? My question is, at this point, can we stop the cap? At this point, it's embarrassing. Don't embarrass yourself like that. You don't got to go out like that. You ain't got to go out like that. I say, this is why it ain't miraculous. If y'all been sitting here listening to me for the whole time, what did I tell you that was a lie? You let me know what I said that was not truthful, that did not come back. I said, listen, sometimes, what did I say for 2 weeks in a row? Sometimes you don't even have to fight a war to win the battle. We all knew what it was. And this is why I fight so hard and tell people, no, you're not going to dismiss the games. Because the only thing that we have for proof, the only thing in life we have in merit is activity. For too long, people have been working and moving in these circles where it don't matter how productive you is in the office. It don't matter how early you show up and how late you stay. How many times you done bailed everybody else in a presentation out. How many times that you done got people on your team to perform higher. But in corporate America, that don't matter. Production don't matter. It's the unwritten things. Why do you think we like football? Why do you think Americans and everybody love the game of football and sports in general? Because it's primal activity. You can't hide. Who cares who you like, Johnny? Johnny from the mailroom can't move around and say, no, I'm going to promote him over there. Let me promote old girl over here because our kids in the same Girl Scout troop. Let me promote dude over there because he played baseball. I play baseball with his son. Let me promote him on the line over there because his old man was the foreman. My uncle was the foreman. You think you can do that with football? You thought y'all tried it. You tried it. It didn't work. Because what happens on the field counts. It always will. And as we go down the line and we ask you these questions, I dare you to try to insinuate that Kenny Pickett can skate his weight around here like he didn't prove something. He better get his ass on that football field too. Oh, you thought you was covering. You see, it's a funny thing about having to play and earn your keep. See, us football players in the locker room, they talk. And there's unwritten rules that don't abide by what you guys want to say. Kenny Pickett hasn't earned a thing here. Not one. You weren't drafted here. You have not played any preseason games. You have not cooked everybody at practice. Just because a couple of people that like to write articles say they feel like you got wrongly done, you ain't proved nothing. Zero. Stop the narratives. We got one down, one to go. I think you should just write what happened on the field and stay away from the supercomputer talk. That's what I think people should do. I think you should watch what happened today and watch what happens now instead of talking about what somebody did at University of Central Florida and Oklahoma and how mature he is. My dad is mature than everybody. He's 65. He might be a first ballot Jesus saint. First ballot heaven member. Shout out to him. He could throw picks immediately. You think that maturity got something to do with that? He could throw picks tomorrow. Maturity. You can't throw around buzzwords and think that's going to keep you clean. You do know they don't play on the whiteboard. They play on the green field where there's grown men trying to come and take your head off. And they're going to test your temperature. They're going to check your pressure. We didn't. Supercomputers, I don't want the supercomputer that throw pick sixes. Give me the one that analyzes and is able to do the math. Do not compute. Will not throw ball into double coverage. Will not throw the ball already in red zone. Points are inevitable. Live to fight another day. I will never throw the football out of bounds. That's my supercomputer. That's what I want to do. Nope. But then again, if you want to be smart, go to MIT. I'm sure NASA needs some rocket scientists, or I'm sure that you can work on a lot of theories. But as far as genius, I want my geniuses to be able to make decisions in a quick, fluent process on the football field efficiently. And Shadeur Sanders did that with no reps. Who's smarter? I gave y'all a scheme earlier. I said sometimes when you're deficient in areas, people make up the gap for other people. I can't give you everything. What I'm going to say, you smart, tall, intelligent, rich, famous, charismatic, I got to give you something. I can't call you the smartest too. But I will say, no knock against Dillon Gabriel. This ain't an assault on Dillon Gabriel's character. I was on Twitter and I said, yeah, you can account for this. You can attest to this. I said on Twitter, he's doing his thing right now. He was throwing the ball, getting rid of the ball out of his hand. I like it until I didn't like it. No knock on Dillon Gabriel. He still play for the Browns. I think he could be a solid backup. No knock against that. You're a solid backup. You're one of the best. What? How many teams is it? 28? You bet, you know. No, 32 NFL teams. Or 32 or 2. Yes, 32. You one of the best 64 in the world, in the universe, in the Milky Way galaxy? Take that. But, yeah, all this other cap, all that media stuff where he's been better and he's just been, listen, next time, and I'm going to give you the talking points. When they get to that, you ask them, this is all easy. Don't argue with nobody. I'm trying to tell you, stop arguing with folks. All you got to do is the G. Bush easy, simple program. It's so easy a caveman can do it. When they start to talking all that, you say, what have you seen since they've been here that they've earned anything with their performance? Can't say anything. It's impossible. It's impossible. What have you seen from Dillon Gabriel or Kenny Pickett that has given you this confidence that they've earned the position? They ain't have to be out there throwing the ball like Shadeur did. They ain't have to answer the questions Shadeur did. They getting the reps. They've been getting the reps. They with the ones. They put the offense in, and they was over to the side. I'm just saying, what has he done? This competition in terms of Shadeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel, any comparison, any flow, comparison, word chart, whatever happens, is not it. It's over. It is done. That ship has sailed. It is now time to figure out what we're doing with Kenny Pickett. That's how we move it. Let's get to these comments. 2,814 people in here. Hit the like button. I feel I've spoken no ill will, no faults. Let's go. Let's go. Well, oh man, y'all super chats is crazy. Y'all catch us in here cooking. Hold on. Let me get this. All right. G. Bush, you need to start talking heavy. Browns wasted a 3rd round pick on that boy. And y'all know it. I mean, it don't get heavier than what I think I just said. Did Sanders even have Thrash, a starter, right? No, see, he had Thrash. Thrash played that first game. There were no other starters in there, though. Then Thrash is not a starter. Thrash is not a starter. Hey, beautifully blessed. Look, man. How did I know you was going to pick this out? Your internet, beautifully blessed internet game is on 100. He don't miss nothing. Bro, listen, you don't miss nothing. You'll be sharp. Look, I wanted to root for DG. But coming out salty with some of us are entertainers and some of us competitors. If you watch Colorado versus Oregon, you know. Yeah. We don't like Dan Lanning too much. We don't mess with Dan Lanning. You was out of pocket, bro. Dan Lanning be talking spicy. You went out recruiting other coaches, Dan. You was doing film sessions with the other coaches. All y'all had to play Colorado. That was wild. Yeah, we know. We know. Nope. Trizzy in the money. I am not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. Look, I'm not playing that game with nobody. We know what it is. I'm not playing that game. I'm not even dignifying it. Check Mary Kay Grocery's tweets. They are already calling that pick six partially on him. They don't even mention the botch handoff. Don't let him lie. Nah, come on, man. That's 2 turnovers. And it ain't partially. The quarterback has control of where he throws the football. We're not going to move no post. If that was 12 in there, yeah, they would be already with the articles. You can't do it. Kevin Stefanski don't like turnovers. You already had points on the board. Don't force that in there. You had some. Come on. Stop. Come on. We're not going to do it. The conversation's over. If they want to play in the sandbox and trade cards and have their own secret world where somehow Dillon Gabriel was cold, they can have at it. Under no circumstances where I'm at. I have no time for it. We're moving along. Pre-game media said it's no competition because Shadeur is iconic. Oh, really? So quick learning doesn't translate to the field. New depth chart ASAP. By the way, there's another thing we can get to. Stop trying to make people feel like just because somebody is, first of all, see, this is what I'm talking about. I wanted to get up out of here. I've been trying to get to, I got walking to do. But y'all keep getting me amped up. Don't play with me. Don't play with us like that, man. You act like Shadeur Sanders is the first famous person. Ain't nobody more famous than Michael Jackson. Obama's pretty famous. In this area, LeBron James is real famous. Odell Beckham Jr. was pretty famous when he was here. Don't act like we get starstruck around famous people where we just like them because they famous. Like, stop doing that, man. It's so annoying. Like, we don't know that he's actually good at football. No, nobody has to trip over themselves because he's just so famous. He's so famous we can't breathe. We can't even see nothing. He's so famous. Bro, we like him because he can play football well as well. Let's not act like his claim to fame is he's some black version of a Kardashian. He got game. He showed you. Fame can't move the ball up and down the field. Fame is not moving the rock. Come on, man. Come on, man. Fame don't make you make no throws. It'd be wild work. Stop playing around with that. It's time. Oh, listen, look. Hey, look. I ain't worried about that. But you feel like you ain't been on the ground like that? Listen, let's keep it real. I don't defer nothing. Like, I don't defer. I can respect your opinion, but I don't defer to nobody's knowledge. Like, you write articles. No disrespect, but come on, bro. I'm supposed to listen to you and tell me what football players do? No. We're in two different fields. Like, we're in two different areas. Like, there's nothing to talk about. Like, he can write articles. That's great. You know, he don't be here. He's not in Cleveland. He don't follow the team. He's not a quarterback coach. But, like, why do I know? He looked better than Shadeur until the pick six. Oh, there you go. You do know pick sixes are detrimental to your health. I mean, I was a supermodel until I started eating all this food. I mean, I'm not knocking him. Again, here's how we separate this. He looked better than Shadeur until the pick six. Dude was very accurate. Yes, he was accurate on the passes he completed. He was also accurate to another team. He also caused another turnover on the handoff. That's 2 turnovers in the first half, man. I thought he looked good. I thought he looked good and up and down in certain spots too. I don't think dude can get a fair shot with the Browns. How is he not getting a fair shot with the Browns when he got here and he got first team reps? Let me ask you a question. You got the Giants on your joint, right? Jackson Dart got picked higher, right? Jackson Dart got picked higher than Dillon Gabriel. Jackson Dart ain't getting first team reps. Dillon Gabriel came in from Jump Street getting first team reps. What do you mean he hasn't gotten a fair shot? He's played the whole preseason. He's taken the most snaps. He's thrown the most passes. But he was getting reps over Joe Flacco at one point. What do you mean he's not going to get a fair shake with the Browns? I'm confused by that. What are we doing? What are we doing? Dillon, there's competitors, then there's entertainers. Your pick six was very entertaining. Never come for 12. Listen, they was going to come for you, bro. That was always an interesting, listen, the pressure was on. Listen, and I don't fault him. A little bit. Look, when you got somebody behind you like Shadeur, and every question is about him instead of you, and people done already written you off, people, making jokes about your size, and you just feel like an outsider. And I said it earlier on the show, man, these dudes just want to be a part of a team, right? But when you got somebody behind you that everybody want to see play, and it just makes it seem like no one cares that you're trying to play, you're going to get a little testy, right? You're going to get a little testy. Everybody human. Like I said, I like him. I like Dillon Gabriel. I just think that they set him up because they start doing little stuff like this, and people, when you do things like that and people know the game and they didn't seen it, they be like, come on, guys. You really want to keep moving that? Like we don't understand what we see. Dillon Gabriel is a nice, maybe serviceable backup if he gets in the right system. Nobody had Dillon Gabriel as a 3rd round pick. Nobody had that. He was even surprised. So look, man, but you all this supercomputer stuff and how, it's wild. It was wild. Byron Rainey, we appreciate you so much. Beautiful family. I always love people's pictures in the left-hand corner. I like when I can see the real people. I appreciate you. Why does the supercomputer have both wristband and the cheat sheet on his waist with plays? All for this preseason game with the basic plays? Well, to be fair, all quarterbacks have the wristbands, right? To also be fair, the coach is going to call in the plays anyway. They got microphones in their helmet. It is what it is. That's why all the talk about the plays and guys, let me just say this. You can't be a quarterback and not be able to call plays. It's a prerequisite. I gave an example. It's like saying, hey, you go to an interview, they say, all right, man, tell me about your computer skills. You say, I know how to work one. They're like, yeah, I hope you do. It's a prerequisite for any professional career. I hope you would know how to work a computer. That's not a feather in your cap. What do you mean you need to call the plays out the huddle? Everybody can. That's how you can tell when a lot of people really ain't. People like, and this is not disrespectful. It's gotten to a point where there's less and less people who have played football that are in the general population of people that work in the industry. So instead of really understanding how it works, people start to compile a bunch of knowledge that is basically cliches and things that they picked on and colloquialisms and jargons and all that good stuff. They just pick it up. And after you get so many people that have no affiliation to nothing in the basic of the games, they think because you can throw that stuff around and you can sound smart and rattle it off, that means something. It's the craziest thing in the world when you talk about what's the most thing. I want to see him get out of the huddle. This kind of stuff shows up on you. This shows up on you. I just want to see him get out of the huddle and command the huddle. No, I want to see him throw the football to the team that has the same color jersey as him and score touchdowns, not to the other team. That's what counts. Not the whiteboard and how many languages you can call to play in and getting in and out of the huddle. If you're getting in and out of the huddle and you can't play, you're done. What are we talking about? What are we doing? But look how many people. Go watch it. Watch how many people say that stupid stuff. The dumbest stuff I've ever heard. Come on, fellas. You're better than that. Oh, I seen that. Y'all don't be missing nothing. Solo Zeke, I appreciate you. G. Bush, did you see the interviews where you said the entertainers, then there's competitors? Well, listen, I'm an entertainer. Self-proclaimed entertainer. I'm a clown too, big circus. He is right. But he shouldn't be worried about no entertainers. He should have been like, he should have put his music on and went out there and said, I'm about to cook. My opportunity is upon me. Didn't work out too well. I've never seen max protection all game and precise for a quarterback. They didn't do that for Shadeur. Brad G. Sanford. I like that name. You are correct. They max protected. Here's the thing. When you max protect, you also have less receivers in a route. Less receivers in a route mean less opportunity. So, yeah, you can max protect it up. But there's a reason why Shadeur Sanders got 3 touchdowns. When the playbook is open and you trust your quarterback to make decisions where, hey, maybe we can't block this unblocked rusher. Let him come free. I'm expecting Shadeur to understand where that ball needs to come out hot. I'm expecting him to know how to paint a game. See, these guys are artists. Like the quarterback is an artist. They're like painters, they're artists. And every artist has a specific skill set. But every game dictates a different paintbrush. Like you might need to paint, you might need to be a really refined painting where you need to have small details, so you need a smaller brush. Sometimes you want to do some abstract stuff, so you can have big, long, wide brushes, right? That can make a huge canvas, right? So you don't need to be that detailed. You may need different tools, right? You may need different canvases. You may need different places you need to be at. Just like that with quarterback. You can run a route and let them blitz you. The downside is you take more hits, but you got to be correct when you're throwing the ball because you got to get the ball out on time. But it's a risk reward. So sometimes I'm going, max protect. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll keep my back end. Sometimes I'll send them on a route. Sometimes I got a tight end where I can keep in, but sometimes I know that linebacker is manned up on the tight end and I got a mismatch. Now I'm going to tell them check release. Sometimes they be cheating. They want to delay blitz. You say, okay, well, if they want to delay blitz, let's go ahead and delay release. I want you to block for 2 seconds and then release and then flat. Release on an end route. Release on a wheel route. See what I'm saying? That's the genius. The genius is that a quarterback is doing these things off the cuff, in space, on the fly, orchestrating like a maestro, freestyling. Yeah, you go over here and do that. You go over to do that. We did that this play. We setting them up for the play we're going to run in the third quarter. They don't even know it. They keep cheating up here. I got something for them. That's the genius. Not, oh, this is where we're going to throw the ball and getting out of the huddle. That's the genius. But sometimes, have you ever heard the fact that geniuses are so over the top and their skill set is so different that they can't even communicate with regular people? You think they're dumb. But they look at everybody else and say, what's wrong with all these fools? I can't even communicate with them. And you think they weird. No, you just can't comprehend the levels and the layers to it. You surface level. That's why I hate surface level commentary. I hate surface level cleaners. I hate surface level conversations. I don't like nothing surface level. I want people that are interested in looking more than just the 1 or 2 layers. That's what I want. Don't give me that stuff. Come on now. What we doing? Hey, E. Crawford. Hey, I know both of those guys. When you in that broadcast, that is Cleveland Browns radio network. I worked for the Cleveland Browns radio network for 6 years. I quickly realized that working for the Cleveland Browns radio network came with a certain level of, nah, you ain't about to say that on live TV. Not going to do that. That's state-run media. You can't go to North Korea and start talking about where the food at? Why it's dry? Where the music at? Why we got to go to bed at 8 o'clock? Where the lights at? Bro, you know where you at. you in North Korea, bro. Not saying that the Browns are North Korea or anything, but, you get the analogy. Can't just go around saying that. You got to make everybody listen. Let's see. Let me see. Make sure we get it all. Jay Carter, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. A Pain the Savage, 1650. That supercomputer looked like an IBM daily up real quick. Mary and Tony can't just read us stats like we didn't watch the game. Why you think the games is important? See, that's the tough part about it. When you at practice and practice ain't televised, we got to take your word for it. You create the tone, context, feel, interpretation. That's what they pay you to do. But when the game on national TV and we just saw Shadeur and we just saw this, we know the difference between a dial-up floppy disk, old IBM 86 and a supercomputer. That wasn't no supercomputer. That wasn't. This is that's dial-up. That's dial-up. That's still, yeah. You still can't take phone calls with that supercomputer. Somebody called you. Remember you said to get internet. Somebody called you, had to get off the internet. Damn, messed my whole game up. 1983 made. Supercomputer malfunction, 0 touchdowns, pick 6 with max protection. Oh, I'm very entertained. He's a hater like the Oregon coach. We remember his rage-filled speech versus Colorado. Let's go 12. I remember that. He was in there screaming. Let them be reality stars. All right. You also remember what Prime said. I love this rebuttal. Hey, y'all better catch us while y'all can. You better catch us when we're young, we still down. Yeah, you catch us young. Because it's the worst we ever gonna be. I say Prime crazy. Dillon looks like a tattoo from Fantasy Island out there. Waste of a third, man. You know this was coming, man. You know this was coming. You know it was coming. I 100% Shadeur support 12, but nobody should be supporting Shadeur while wishing for Dillon Gabriel to fail. Are we any better than Shadeur haters? I said what I said. East Coast Kev. Now look, everybody got I don't mean to say dog or horse, because I'm not calling people animals. People take everything I say so literally. Everybody got their people. Everybody got who they rock with. What I try to do is on my platform is make it very evident that I've been clear from Jump Street, crystal clear. 2020 vision. I am about the extreme version of competition. I said Dillon Gabriel had an opportunity today. I want to see what he can do. I was not upset when Dillon Gabriel came out and had a nice start to start the game. I root for the Cleveland Browns. He got the brown jersey on. By extension, he is in my camp. All of them are in my camp. I don't agree with Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, and Jimmy Haslam, but they in my camp. It's my team. I support them from here. Don't mean I can't be upset when they do something or think that somebody ain't playing well. No. But am I actively wishing that anybody performed terribly? No, because I'm a former player. I understand that that's not what the game is. Matter of fact, I don't like a lot of people. I don't like a lot of rivals, but I respect the Pittsburgh Steelers. I respect the Baltimore Ravens because they play the game. They're hard-nosed competitors. They want to win every single year. They got a certain level of way of doing stuff, and I appreciate them always going for it. I can admire that. But what you think I'm going to do the same thing for, come on, man. I want to see what Dillon can do. Peace. Gabriel's some guys entertain comment was a direct comment that his college coach said 2 years ago after Oregon played Colorado. Brett Watson, we appreciate the super chat. Yeah, y'all got that written down. Y'all got that written down. When that must have happened. Now, mind you, I know when it happened because I was watching the games too. But my dad can't stand him. My dad to this day won't watch Oregon. I don't like Oregon. Only him and that coach. I'm like, dang. So I know what you mean. The haters in the chat saying, what has Shadeur earned all the reps with the ones that Dillon got at the minimum? No. See, I don't got no problem. I don't got no problem with somebody saying, what has Shadeur earned, right? I don't got a problem with you saying that. Here's the premise I got a problem with. Ever since we started this conversation, everything has been about what Shadeur has to do instead of what the other three have to do as well. The conversation has been strictly Shadeur Sanders humbled. Shadeur Sanders prove it. Shadeur Sanders this. Shadeur Sanders that. Listen, as much as we want to sit here and act like other people wasn't bringing it up, that's what the way they was talking about ad nauseum because he moves the needle. They was even bringing Shiloh's name into it. I don't even know if Dillon Gabriel got brothers or sisters. You see what I'm saying? My thing is, it's a prove this, prove that. Listen, I'm cool with everybody proving it, but we're not going to have one person prove it and the other person be giving stuff and then the excuses made. I'm not doing that. Shadeur went out there and played well. If he would have played bad, you would have said he played bad. He didn't play bad. Dillon Gabriel had an opportunity. He would have liked some throws back. He had some good ups and downs. He threw a pick six. But let's stop acting like, let's stop the games. This is what this chat is about. Stop acting oblivious. I just want people to cut the act. The act is over. It's over. Stop running around with Halloween mask on, like we don't see what's going on. It's over. Simply put, Dillon Gabriel has never been rated higher than Shadeur by any prognosticator. He did not outplay him in camp. He did not outplay him in training camp. He didn't outplay him in rookie camp. He didn't outplay him in OTAs. The only thing we heard was how smart he was, which he probably is intelligent. But the problem is you win football games between the white lines, not about what you think of somebody in your own head. And your own head is not bigger than everybody's two eyes that we get to see. So you can say what you want to. Keep saying it. I done checked all that out. I refuse to even take part of it. He's just not better. But we all knew that. But people kept, fifth round. You kept saying it like that was going to change something. It's not. It's not. You'll come around when you're forced to come around. Now we need to see Kenny Pickett. Now we want Pickett. Because he has an opportunity to take advantage of too. Because I know if Shadeur Sanders go out there in the last preseason game, I don't need to see nothing else. If he balls in that game, and I ain't giving Shadeur, listen, I expect Shadeur to come back and play better than he played at home. It's at the crib. It's at the spot. It's in Cleveland. Well, you might as well chalk that up. District 13. Put it in the sky. Do, 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 do. Come on, Kenny. Where you at? You better get healthy. This man they hyping up as being so far, light years, Lethal Gaming Inc. Light years. He's light years ahead. I tried to give DJ a little hope. Dang, fam. Slick as butter. Line me up, G, a little off the side. Shape up for 12 at stand 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I like that. We appreciate your super chat. As Coach Prime says, Larry Fournier. As Coach Prime says, how you practice is how you play. DJ was throwing interceptions in practice. This is why I kept, listen, they made people go to practice because people got mad. I said, man, listen, you ain't going to keep telling me, you ain't going to keep smacking me in the face, telling me that a ghost is doing it. Who smacked me in the face? That was a ghost. I'm like, nah, I'm seeing pics. These is pics. These ain't, no. C-Dub 442. Let's keep it a bean. The front office, worst nightmare manifested. It's 12. It's over. 12 got to be at 3 ASAP. And I'm disappointed in the coach. You know what? That depth chart is definitely changed. That depth chart is different. Remember, you raise your hand if you didn't see my joint earlier. My podcast earlier said this depth chart will be different today based on this game. And it is. DG just answered the entertainer versus competitor questions at the press conference. He said, you in the media are entertainers and we are the competitors. I will give him that. Hey, I'm an entertainer. How you guys doing? Y'all entertained? Hey. But I think the aunties is, y'all got history. They not buying it from me. I tried to tell him, Dillon, I tried to tell him. And he didn't even mean that. Like he was talking about, nah, they don't like you ducks. Oh, supermodel, I'm dead. That be cracking me up. He was looking better to him to that pick six. That's a lot. I was a millionaire until like I lost $999,000 in my sleep. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing, man. I started eating. I was cold. Now you guys calm down. You guys calm down. You're getting excited. Johnny Beast 103. Come on now, Beast. They fisting and tear this boy Dillon Gabriel mouth out. If they say Shadeur Sanders is at quarterback still 4, it still needs to be a conversation. Just calm down. You guys, listen. All 3,000 of y'all should be free. We've already discussed this, have we not? Have we not all come to this conclusion together? We have gone through therapy. We've talked this out. This was always destined to be. Let me just show you. I'll show you. I played this earlier. Great thing for me is I keep my video file. I keep it. Let's see this. Let's pull this up real quick.
Really, really good. Proud of you.
Cool.
Really, really nice job.
You're not fully proud, kinda.
I'm
kinda proud.
Look, for your first shot, it was a perfect no, but you made plays, you operated.
Hey, listen, you say pull it. Hey, get yourself. Hey, get over here. Hey, no, for real. Come on, stop playing around before they catch us talking on this field. Hey, man, come over here, man. Listen, let me tell you something, bro. I got something for you.
was really, really good, sir. Proud of you.
Hey, Shadeur funny. He's a funny dude. Really, really good job. Proud of you, dog. Look at AB. He still got his hand. Don't. AB try to pull away. He said, "No, come here. Let me talk to you real quick." Hold on. AB thought the conversation was over right here. Shadeur, you a funny dude. You funny. Here we go.
It was really, really good, sir. Proud of you.
Right here, he thought he was gone. I'm out. I'm gone. Yeah, you did your thing. Watch your door, bring him close. Nah, dog. Look at AB. AB like, listen, you don't let my hand go. Let me talk to you real quick. We ain't done over here.
Cool.
Really, really nice, sir.
You're not fully proud. Kinda.
What you say? Get over here, boy. Don't you be saying that out loud. You mess around and thought we was talking about something. Come here. No, for real. Get over here. You messing it up. I got something for you. If you act right, you better start acting right. See, he talks to me like he kid in the grocery store. I told you not to ask for nothing when you go to this grocery store. Shadeur funny. Look at his little funny. He funny.
Kind of proud.
Look, for your first side, it was a perfect no, but you made plays.
He starts saying, look, hold on, wait. Look at him laughing. I didn't even peep this earlier. I didn't even peep it earlier. Hey, listen, hold on. We gonna get, I promise, like these are starred. I promise we will get to them. Let me see. This Shadeur stuff is hilarious. Hey, stop, boy. Stop playing around here. Hey, listen. He kind of funny. Hey, he kind of funny. Ah, boy, he kind of funny, bro. Oh, man. Oh, let's get to it. I had to play that. I said, I know I ain't the only one that's seen it. I know I ain't the only one that's seen it. But let me finish it out.
Operated like, so it's just stacked.
I love when you tell the facts. Did you know? But it's okay. It's okay.
Listen, you did a nice job. Okay, so just take what you learned from tonight, apply it to the joint practices, and then the next preseason game. All right.
You were the real player now. I'm gonna bring that sauce to you.
I know you will. Really good job. That's a great.
Hey, dude, he grabbed his waist. Hey, get your hand. Look at all the upstanding analytics dudes. Look at AB's team over here. What the hell is going on? I've never seen AB grabbed around the waist like that. He said, this dude over here on the right. He looking like, hey, you want me to tase him? I gotta go. That's what happens when you start doing it too much. Look at this dude right behind him. This strong dude right to AB's left. He looked like he did. He looked like he looked like he worked just for just on damages or something, bro. He just these dudes is analytic gurus with tasers. Shadeur like, yeah, I'm making you so uncomfortable right now. You are not allowed to be seen with me. Yeah, we know you like me. You like me. You like me. Yeah, we just chilling. We just hanging out in here. Hit that like button for us. We'll get back to these super chats. All right. My wife was like, stop moving around. Sweating. Let's get this off the screen though, too. All right, so Bridget Maxey, 4197, good to see you again as always. Shadeur is tough. Whether knocked down, sacked, or hit, he keeps on going undeterred. He gets up to win. The competitor, that's a competitor, Dillon. That's a competitor. Dawn Hall, 1817. Truly enjoy knowledge you provide, Auntie. Listen, I appreciate you guys pulling up on me. I appreciate you guys hanging out. And coming and enjoying a good laugh with me today. Dave Johnson, you brother, listen, that's what's up. You not only super chatted, but then you said, let's get these likes up, man. Let's get them up. We that 30. Hey, I need a like for everybody, even if you don't agree. We should get, if this video, we got 3,200 people in here. If one person take time to like, we can start a cascade, man. We appreciate you, though. Rat bait is a good meal until you get poisoned. And just like poison is detrimental to you, the pick six will be detrimental to your game. There it is. He said rat poison, boy. Rat poison is that slow jam. You'd be like, I thought this was, I can't breathe. Out of no huddle, no. You play to win the game. Paul, true believer. We appreciate you, all your contributions today. We appreciate you. Renee, hairs weaving. Beautiful picture. I always love the picture. How come DG didn't tackle the pick six? He was right there. People have brought that up. Here's the worst thing. Here's what they're going to say. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Stefanski and every coach tells their players it's not worth it. We had a guy named Baker Mayfield who tackled somebody, messed up his shoulder. He was injured the rest of the year, torn labor. He ended up having to have surgery, ended up not playing for the Browns no more. When quarterbacks, especially you got to tackle with your arms, you know, they even outlawed you going around and being able to just hunt and seek for the quarterback, because when the quarterback throws a pick, now the defense is now on offense so they can block the quarterback. And usually what they started doing was driving them into the ground and double teaming them. And quarterbacks was getting hurt. Quarterbacks is the face of the league. So they start calling penalties on that. Now coaches low-key preach like, hey, if it's not the Super Bowl, it's not worth it. Because 10 out of 10 times they try to keep them healthy. I don't really blame him in the preseason game for not tackling them. They probably could preach that. So that's why he didn't do it. Good question, though. Tristan Skywalker. Again, my brother, how you doing? We appreciate you. Was I the only one wondering how sharp 12 would have been looking if he gotten even half of DG's practice reps? No. Because in a way, it's what they had to do. It's what had to happen. And the reason that they had this situation that it had to happen that way is because now there's one thing Sean King did say. He said, when you earn the starting job, when you actually earn it, you earn grace that comes with it. Shadeur Sanders not being in the first team, not having those reps, not having some of the same opportunities only lends to the fact that people can't, it's undeniable. Because now they can look and say, well, these guys don't look as good as him, and he didn't have the talent around him, and he didn't have the reps. So it's undeniable at this point. You can't. Now it's like him not having reps is what I was always preaching, was that goes to his advantage if he plays well, right? I love seeing 12 on the field fully dressed and cheering on his teammates. Matter if he played. Great teamwork and maturity, unlike DG last week. Bingo charm. Yeah, Shadeur he likes people. He likes his teammates. So he's always been big up and cheering for him. If Dillon stayed in the full game, it would have been a lot more interceptions, respectfully. Melanie King, G. Bush, respectfully, King. I appreciate you. Ron SW6948. Yeah, they took him out. He got a hamstring. I would have liked to see him play in the third quarter, but hey, I'm not going to pick about it. I wanted to see him how he's going to come back and see what it was going to be, but you know what it is. We all know Shadeur is a better quarterback. See how far they moved the goalposts this week. DG will be a okay backup in the NFL, at best a third stringer. Chuck Defoe. Thank you so much for the super chat. I do agree with you. I think Dillon Gabriel can be a backup in the league, but also I do agree that the goalpost is being moved right now as we speak. They got a couple of days. Y'all got about the streets is gonna be quiet again this weekend, fellas. See you, aunties. Cleveland Browns. It's gonna be empty this weekend. I'm waiting to see what the Monday morning narrative is gonna be. that the pick was on the receiver, that he didn't play all that bad, the fumble. Anytime it's a fumble snap, you don't know who it's on. So really, if you squint and look around, I can say that a lot of those turnovers weren't on Dillon Gabriel. And then you can look and say, well, look how accurate he was besides those throws. Yeah. It'll come. It's coming. It's coming. It'll be there. This proves that 12 should be getting first-team reps to see how he looks. The game is played on the field, not in a film or playbook. Leo Power, I think that is Leo Power. We appreciate. Thank you for the super chat. What's up, Greg? What's up, Greg? What's up, fam? I believe Browns were all in on Shadeur from day one. They wanted to see him earn it with less. Also, they didn't want the media in on their process. Well, they don't want nothing. They G14 classified. They don't. Kevin Stefanski, he won't tell you. Say, hey, Kevin Stefanski, what's tomorrow? He'll say, I don't know. Let me confirm with my team first. You're like, what? It's Sunday. Everybody knows Sunday. Nah, he's not going to give you nothing. He's not going to give it to you. But here's what I'm going to say. Shadeur makes it possible with his play, and I hope he can get back on the field and finish his deal. Finish your breakfast. If he can finish his breakfast, we got something. We got something. If he finish next week, we might be right back. Yeah, we might be right back. Leo Power, I'll take the dog over the computer. I will talk that talk. Talk that dog talk. Been a fan for a while, man, but I appreciate you bringing insight to the Sanders nonsense. Gabriel failed the eye test today. Pickett needs to be traded. We're going to ride with Sanders and Flacco. BB Twine, 134. Today was all about putting the cap to bed. I got a challenge for you guys watching. Your challenge for this week is, man, it's about time for y'all to transition. Y'all shouldn't be giving these folks your energy like that. Anybody that's moving goalposts now is exposing themselves. Listen, you are exposing yourselves if you move the goalposts today. If they moved it from here on out, you've seen it, I've seen it. Don't let nobody tell you it didn't matter or don't count or whatever people gonna say. Nah. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. I'm shocked our people still let their kids play for Dan Lanning, Oregon. Maybe it's the Nikes. 1983 made 490. Yeah, they like the uniforms. We got to learn, they giving out NIL checks over there too. They got a good program. They be going to the playoffs. People going to go get that bag. It's just up for them how you want to move, right? What does Tony have to say now? MTP 10459. He probably is diminishing. Like it wasn't that bad. Probably say, well, you look good and, had the one pick six, but he can look at it, It is. Trev Will, 79. Thank you for the super chat. When the Giants going to release the video of Shadeur's interview, the Sanders family keeps receipts. I think they're going to let that breathe. They're going to try to they're going to let that sweep under the rug. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. Leo Power. To be fair, when 12 played, he said he missed some things. He said he still has some things to fix. They never say 5 needs to improve or has to, or he has to, or he has it on lock. I got it. Yeah, listen, that's what you're supposed to do. Shadeur did miss some passes. He threw a pass that could have been picked off. He was, he missed a guy open in the flat when he was scrambling. There were some things that weren't perfect. He gave himself a C, but, that's just how, he probably believed that. As a lifelong Titans fan, I fully expect Shadeur Sanders to have a better NFL career than Cam Ward. Wow. I wanted to pick him first overall, #legendary. Joe Blacko 5. We're going to come back in a couple of years and check out and see if that was what it was. Black 5 Entertainment. I'll say it once again, skill over scheme, go 12. Slick as butter. QB1, Joe. QB2, Shadeur Sanders. TW6450, thank you so much for the super chat. If you aren't an insaner, you don't compete, who are you? I don't understand Dillon's quote. That made me like him less. I think he came out, they said he came out and said he was talking about media members like myself. He didn't say me. I'm just saying, don't take that literally. He's saying, you know, entertainers, media people that talk about the game, he goes out and he plays. Right? Cleanse him. Thank you so much for the super chat. Just jumped on, but Dillon G, a hater. What did he mean after the game when he said, I best represent my people by being humble and respectful? Am I overreacting, or is he low-key hating on 12? No, I don't think he's hating on 12. I just think he's in a, let me tell y'all something. He's in an impossible situation. Because everything he says is going to be looked at in the lens of, are you talking about Shadeur? What we doing with Shadeur, right? And that's part of the thing that people talk about is like, when you got a dude that can play, that's popular, that's charismatic, that all of the air and the oxygen is taken out of the room, that's not Shadeur's fault. It's who he is. But there's a lot of things going to be taken out of character where, listen, he's a, and I talked about this on my show earlier. If you didn't catch it, I said, listen, everybody has a different personality type. So our personality type shifts and moves and trains, and it reflects the way we understand knowledge and information. So if I'm a dominant person and I'm a very direct, when you tell me something, I'm gonna process it through my lens as a direct person. If I'm an introvert, or if I'm very charismatic, or if I'm very conservative, or I'm very analytical, like those things are your personality type in the way you see the world. So as Dillon Gabriel, he's just expressing himself as a person and saying, I don't talk much. I'm really humble. I grew up on respect. It's not that Shadeur didn't grow up on respect. But his over rambunctiousness and his personality, that doesn't mean because it's different from Dillon Gabriel's, it's being respect or disrespect. It's just their personality. Brown's just being reserved about Shadeur Sanders at this point because they don't want to those Shadeur chance to start too early in the season. I think they want Flacco. I think they've full wholeheartedly. That's why we kept laughing at the Andrew Berry. And Shadeur understands that he makes them uneasy a little bit, so he played with them a little bit. Hey, man, what you think? Oh, I was proud of you today. Oh, you was proud? You weren't really proud, though. So it's like, yeah, like they want to keep him. You got to understand, listen, it's Maverick and Top Gun. When you get the keys to a person with that personality, you got to be 1,000% behind them. Whole organization. You're going to roll with the punches. You're going to go through some ups and downs. But you got to be fully prepared for the roller coaster. When he start, you got to go to the owner. When I guarantee, before he starts his first game, there will be a meeting with the owner, a meeting with the general manager, and a meeting with the head coach in succession. They're going to go through that process and say, listen, young man, this is what we need to see, right? Jimmy Haslam going to say, we're giving you the keys to the organization. Don't let us down. Don't you make me look like a fool. Don't you do it. Because when you give somebody that type of level, the franchise quarterback is the face. So they're going to slow play it. At King 133, G. Bush, did you hear the shot Dillon took at 12 during the halftime interviews with, I believe it was ESPN? Yeah, we kind of talked about that. I don't think it was a shot at him. He might have been talking about us, the media. But I can see where you're coming from with it because, you know, I think his coach said something like that. Dan Lanning said something like that at Colorado. I wonder why them TV numbers looking like today since 12 was off the field. The Whiskey Voyage one, not very good. I just had my wife tell me what the game was looking like. Did we win? Yeah, we won. You know, we was lucky. Not really. Only are the GP being moved. Not only are the goalposts being moved, they're being removed. Yes, Black 5 Entertainment. You're correct. The goalposts have came down. We got tired of them moving so much, we just decided to take them down. The angry mob took them down. The goalposts we don't see. But can Tony say, I see why Dillon Gabriel was picked ahead of Shadeur again? Nope. He's on the defensive right now. He's on the defensive. And is his statements not an attack on the media? I think it might be K Journey. Here's what I'll say. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Because I think him and from all intents and accounts, him and Shadeur have a really good relationship. Matter of fact, all the quarterbacks in that room got a good relationship. So I don't think he was necessarily talking about him. He might have been talking about people like me who run their mouth. And, that's, fair. We do have a conversation. DG better be throwing to the Water Boys at the next media team next week. I want to see Sanders throw to the first team. Oh, the depth chart is getting changed. TW645, thank you for the super chat. BB Twan, yep, the justifications are coming. Dillon played the Eagles, not the Panthers. Time for DG to be cut. We not trading anything of value after today. Flacco quarterback 1 till 6, then Sanders time. I don't think they'll cut him. I agree with what you said right there, but I ain't gonna cut him. Plausibly deniable. Meanwhile, everything Shadeur Sanders says or does is overly overanalyzed. No, it will be. That's the unfair nature of it, K Journey. Because he is who he is, and he has a certain level of expectation levels to it. It's always been a double standard. His dad talked about that. But heavy is the head that wears the crown, and he wants the crown. So that's going to come with it. He can't worry about it. I think he's doing a good job with it, but everybody do be overanalyzing this game. Christopher Robbins, 199. DG's not leader is clear. Players do not like him. I don't think players don't like him. I think what it is that you're seeing the difference on the performance, the charisma, the likability factor, and it just comes off as people just doing their jobs. It looks like it's indifferent. I don't think they don't like Dillon Gabriel. I just think that's just how polarizing and how charismatic Shadeur Sanders is. Gregory George, 2940, what's up, cuz? Don't forget, on the live broadcast, they try to remind everyone Dillon Gabriel has a bad hammy. Joe was tongue-tied. Well, to be clear, he does have a hamstring issue. I don't think his hamstring is probably 100%. I think if his hamstring was a little better, they would have put him out in the third quarter. But I will say this. I think, to a lot of people's points, I think everybody is over. I think you guys won't be taking any excuses. You've seen it now. So ambitious. Thank you for a super chat. So we're just going to ignore the fact that the Oregon coach said Colorado played for clicks. His sentiments were right on par with his ex-coach. People have said that. So ambitious. So I appreciate the super chat. It's a great photo. Yeah, I think that's part of it because there's a rivalry that goes back to it. I would like him. You know what? Somebody should ask him that. Maybe I should ask him. Have y'all ever talked about that? Have you ever talked about that Oregon-Colorado matchup? Was y'all upset about that? What was the Saints thinking not picking 12? Will begin the return of the Aints era. I got my brown bag ready. At JRock224K12, thanks for the super chat. That's wild. Is the simple fact. That is wild. Tyler Shook? Come on, man. You guys are tripping. Shook? G. Bush, the people's champ. Do you really trust that the front office isn't trading 12 since we are locked in for... Nah, bro, listen. T. Menard, we rebuke you. We rebuke you, devil. No, I'm just playing. No, we can't trade him. Stop playing. Not now. It's not happening. I refuse to. I love your super chat. I thank you so much. Do you really trust the front office? The front office can't be crazy. Can't be crazy. I've just signed with Cleveland as a 7th quarterback. I don't run well. I don't throw. Tweet of the day. K Journey, that's the I don't run, I don't throw. You back there just you look like a good boss lady. You don't want to you look like you good to be like, listen, what we need to do today is this. But here's how it's going to work. I plan on not being here for today. So I need you to do this. You look like a good delegator. Delegation works. They both can be good. It's a good problem to have too. Justin the Shoemaker 487. Hey, I said if you want to be ball out, you can get a backup quarterback. You can get listen, and you can get a regular quarterback. You can get you a starter, and they both gonna be cheap. Again, I don't have no ill will towards them. I'm gonna ill will to nobody. 2 turnovers, no touchdowns, and got the nerves to throw shade, especially when Huntley was rushed in to save the day. Today's performance from DG is nothing to brag about. Shadeur rated his performance a C+. Let that sink in. Shout out to Music with a Twist 3295. And by the way, the picture of Storm, dope. By the way, there's a new that X-Men 97 fire. By the way, there's a new Marvel Tokon coming out by Arxis. Shout out to them. They just brought Marvel back. Storm, one of my favorite characters of all time. Just had to say that. At Dr. Red Lotus, 1 drop. We appreciate your super chat, big dog. You guys know Kevin, some upper management love, Dillon, and Dillon did well for them. So you know Shadeur is not going to move up right now in that quarterback chart. Hey, good luck with that. I'm gonna say it. Them reps is aplenty. They're coming down the pipeline. The reps is coming. The reps. I'll get there. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for pulling up on me today. We did 2 shows. You came up and you showed up. Oh, we still got a super sticker. Bow! Mr. Rahman, 5691 super stick. Thank you so much. Y'all been so good. What you do with Gabriel when Watson come back? I told people Deshaun Watson ain't never gonna put they're not getting that off. Deshaun Watson, the league already mandated that. He will not play. Deshaun Watson is working out so that he almost on probation. If he is a good soldier, comes and does the rehab, they'll let him get his money off. They'll let him get his money off. Shout out to the Healthy Snack Bar. I saw them gummies. It's healthy, man. I'm trying over here, man. I'm trying over here. Speaking of trying, I'm going to go walk, man. I'm going to just walk, man. Hit the like button. I appreciate everybody. We did 2 shows today. Y'all showed up for both of them, and I appreciate what you guys bring to the table, man. As always, we come back. Next week is going to be entertaining. We ready to go. I'm ready to see Shadeur. I'm ready to see if Dillon Gabriel going to play again. Kenny Pickett. Don't get put in the Skylar Hunger Games. I need to see you do something. By the way, we seen it. We get all super chats. We seen it. We got it. Keep giving us good news, G. Bush. You also look like you lost weight. I see you. Yes. I've been waiting for the first one. You know what? Yeah, the rest of y'all ain't nothing. You should have been lying to me. G. Bush, I see your face slimming down. Yeah, thank you. So ambitious. I like that. With that being said, you never know where G. Bush might show up. Radio, TV, and the internet. But if you want the fresh cut on sports, you want the cut, you come over here and get it. I want you guys to have a rest of your great weekend. And as always, we won today. Go Browns.